So I'm messing around with the Clio again today, and the title of this video is Am I Mad? And the reason for that is it's a pretty simple hot hatch, doesn't look particularly special, but does a great job of being a fun B-road blaster, bit of track day action. But the best part, in most people's eyes, is those seats. Gorgeous Recaro shellback, I think lots refer to them as Sportster CS seats, and mine in particular, trimmed in black leather and Alcantara, are just gorgeous, together with the retrimmed leather and Alcantara wheel, which you might be able to pick out some bad lighting. Really makes the interior, really lifts it, but I'm swapping them, changing them out for something different, something probably not as nice in most people's eyes. But the reason I'm doing that is that, as you can probably see, I just sit too high. And in fact, in the position that I actually drive, which is more cranked up, more upright like this, so that my hands are the right sort of length from the wheel, I'm just too high up. I don't know how much you can see, but just way too high. And with a helmet on, I'm pretty much at the ceiling. Not sure how much you can see. Close the door so that the wind isn't causing trouble, but yeah, just far too high. So yeah, I'm swapping them out. I've already got the lower mounts on there. I don't think you can see because they're such a neat installation, but I've already got some of the flaxy lowered mounts on the driver's side to get the seat a little bit lower, because I just didn't really fit with the helmet beforehand. But the seating position for me, someone who's got a long torso, just isn't right even with those. So I'm going to the aftermarket. I'm going for something slightly different. I'll show you what I'm doing shortly, but I thought I'd just get a view of just how nice they look, but also how they're probably not quite at the right position for spirited driving. So this is the before driving position in the Recaro CS, and quite high up, the head's quite close to the ceiling, especially with the helmet on, and yeah, my legs are quite bent, and so we'll see what they're like afterwards. Right, we're back in the Clio. The new seats are in, as you can hopefully see and hear, and hopefully we don't get a bong. Oh, I was half expecting a bong. Thought we might end up with a dodgy "your seatbelt's not fastened" noise, but thankfully we haven't. I've not used the standard belts, I've used some Saxo rear belts that have got the fabric stalks, just so I can feed it through the side holes in the seat so I can get it nice and tight on track. And I thought without the seatbelt connector connected, there might be a warning bong to tell me that I've not got my seatbelt on, but it seems that the belt in it actually breaks the connection rather than makes the connection, so having nothing connected happily in this case worked out alright. The racket you can hear is because I've got the rear seat folded down so I can put the old seats in there. It's not normally this loud. Right, most importantly, the new seats, how are they? The big leap of faith, I think it's paid off, because it feels a completely different car to drive. The seating position is just magic, really is. Oh, it's so much better, really is. I might need that steering wheel extender now though, because it feels like I'm reaching a little bit for it. But yeah, I'm so much lower. I hope you can see in the video just how much lower I am. I've got loads of room to the ceiling. Even with a lid on, I'll have plenty of clearance. And I just feel like I'm sat in the car now rather than on the car. Oh, it's magic. Support-wise, there's a bit more support, I think, as well. They're sort of, I'll show you the seats afterwards in a little bit more detail, but they're, I suppose, the closest thing to a pure track road crossover you can get. They're basically like a bucket, but they recline as well. Fitting them was a bit more technical than expected. Well, not technical, but just a bit more involved. We got the Sparco direct fit mounts, so it uses the standard Recaro rails and then bolts straight up to the Corbeau seats. but you have to cut off the seatbelt memory position stuff from the standard rails, and I thought it might be a simple drill and chisel job, but the angle grinder came out in the end and made the job a lot easier. But for something that's supposed to be a direct fit bolt on, it wasn't quite that. Thank you ever so much to a girl called April Lucas. April, I hope I've got your name right. Thank you ever so much for the help with the mounts. April had done the same in her car before me, so it was great to have someone just to make sure I was doing the right thing. So I didn't want to go cutting up my Recaro rails and losing any money that they were worth and destroying them. So thanks, April. It made the job a lot easier knowing what I was doing. I don't think they look much worse than the Recaros. The Recaros were bloody lovely and posh. These aren't as posh looking, but I think they're still bloody lovely. I think they're ace, and they kind of suit the slightly more focused feel of the car now. The seats I fitted are called the Corbeau RRB. Yeah, RRB. There's another one that's quite similar, but the RRB's the ones that I've got, which is the slightly more sportier of the range. And they were supplied by GSM Seats near Nottingham, who were excellent, really, really helpful, sorted everything out. And they were able to add heater elements to the seats and lumbar support as well, because that's something I really like in a seat. So this is the before driving position in the Recaro CS, and quite high up, the head's quite close to the ceiling, especially with a helmet on. And yeah, my legs are quite bent, and so we'll see what they're like afterwards. Hopefully this gives an idea of how much lower I am in the car now with the new seats in. Hopefully you can see all that headroom there that I've now got. But yeah, much lower. Pop it on there so you can see the driving position, see how that compares. That's the new position. Hopefully you can see quite a lot lower than the old one. And I'll just show you the seats. We've not seen them before now, have we? There we go. So the Corbeau RRB semi-track day, semi-road car seats. Sit nice and low. Perfect for a car like this. Hopefully you all like them, understand the reasons for removing the lovely, lovely Recaros. If you don't, I'm not bothered. I like them anyway. Great seats, really pleased with them.